Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine if you're new here, and welcome back to another video. As you can see from the title below, today we're going to be diving into my base routine, my new everyday go-to glam for when I just want to slay and I want my skin to be flawless.com, okay? I went to a Makeup by Mario masterclass hosted by Sephora, and when I met him in person, he told me my makeup was flawless, okay? And I am still not over that moment, so I had to come and sit down and share with you guys my updated base routine. All of these products are ones that I literally go to and reach for every single time. So you guys already know the drill. Go ahead and get comfortable, grab your matcha, grab your water. I have like my humongous hydro flask with me, so I'm ready to stay hydrated and get into this beat with you guys. So as I mentioned, this makeup look is heavy focused on complexion. So for once, we're gonna do our base first before the eyes. And I already went ahead and prepped my skin off camera. All I have left now is to go in with some SPF. And one of the cool things to note that I learned from the Makeup by Mario masterclass is that he does not do primer. He said primer wear. He is a moisturizer as a primer. And I absolutely love this because guys, I honestly can't remember the last time I've gone in with a primer. A lot of the times I go in with a primer when it's summer and I need like a mattifying primer in my T-zone, or if I want to go in like with one of my favorite Urban Decay primers to just really lock my base in place all day long in the heat. That's when I usually use a primer, but during the winter, fall, I feel like my dry skin does not need it, so I just go in with my skin prep and dive straight into the base. And when I tell you, my makeup lasts, okay? So if you guys are regulars with a lot of my tutorials, you see that to prep my skin, I always like to go in with like an oil-based product, because since I do have drier skin, I noticed that it helps to prep my skin amazingly. Like my skin just soaks it up. But also going in with an oil literally works with every single complexion product that I'm going in with. So I like going in with like an SPF balm or an SPF stick, or like my Guerlain, for example, youth watery oil that I've been using forever. Recently, I've been really diving towards this Glow Recipe SPF balm. Now, this is their Watermelon Glow Dew Balm SPF 45 with niacinamide. Next, I'm gonna dive into color correcting, and I'm gonna share my favorite color corrector, guys. I literally reach for this every single day, and it's from Watier. This is their Portfolio Corrector in the shade Dark. As you can see, it comes with two shades that you can color correct with. I always reach for this one right over here though, because it's a perfect peach tone for my skin tone. And then you also have two shades where you can bronze with, even a little conceal, pretty much like an all-in-one corrector palette. And I just have to show you guys what it does, because the way it just cancels out my dark circles and a little bit of the hyperpigmentation around my mouth is just chef's kiss. We really look refreshed. And I feel like a lot of the times, you know, before you go in with your complexion products, especially for me, I've been doing like less is more, diving more into like skin tints and things like that. Color correcting is very important to cancel out any of that grayness. So you basically have like a flawless canvas for your base, similar to how you prep your eyes before you go in with an eyeshadow look, so you can have a flawless canvas to just really bring the true pigment of your eyeshadow to life. That's what you want to do with your base. So I never skip color correcting, no matter how sheer of a coverage formula I'm going with on my base. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start to work that around my mouth area and then underneath the eye. And then I just like to go in with my sponge just to make sure to blend everything out a little more. The key to like the flawless base is really taking the time to blend everything out, which is exactly what Makeup by Mario did as well in his masterclass. When I tell you guys, he was going back in applying product, blending, applying product, blending. Like he said he could be blending and applying product for how many hours straight and still never be satisfied. Like he can keep going and going. And it makes sense, because with beauty, you're always gonna find something that you feel like needs a little bit more blending out. So the main key that he said is that to use products that work well together. And that's just how I've always been as well. Like every time I go ahead and apply a complexion product with a brush and I get that pigment in there, then I go ahead with a sponge just to blend it out even more, because I feel like that's what really gives the key to the flawless finish, you know? You guys just see how this color corrector refreshed the skin. I mean, period. Like dark circles where I look like I got a good 8 hours of sleep. Like nobody needs to know that you're sleep deprived with your darkcircles.com, okay? The world doesn't need to know that. We're gonna cover it up. We're gonna look refreshed, very cutesy, very demure, okay? So next we're gonna go in with the main core of the complexion, and I use 2 products, and these 2 products never fail me every single time, okay? I'm talking about these 2 lovelies from Fenty Beauty and e.l.f. Cosmetics. Now this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter, and then this is the Fenty Eaze Drop Blur and Smooth Skin Tint. When I tell you, major key alert to a flawless base, okay? Like, I used to love wearing this in the summer, guys, on its own, because it just used to give me like the perfect glowy, dewy coverage that you would need in a summer day, not too much. But when I started to add this into the mix, just to give a little more coverage to the Halo Glow, I was shook. Like, it looks so good, guys. So I'm gonna show you that right now. For the Fenty Tint Stick, I go in with the shade 14. And then for the Halo Glow, I go in with the shade number 5, Medium Tan. And then I go in with my Halo Glow. So that's pretty much how I like to mix it. And then I just take a foundation brush and blend it out, and then also go ahead again with my sponge to give it more of that flawless blend. I mean, are you seeing the base? Are you seeing the canvas that we created? It is already giving glowy, it's giving beautiful coverage, it's giving skin, you know? And that's honestly what I've been focusing on so much more when it comes to my base routines, is finding products that really mesh well to give me that skin-like finish, but of course a little more coverage, you know, like your skin but better, basically. So next we're gonna go in with some concealer, and I'm actually gonna take this Makeup by Mario concealer that I've been reaching for so often. Honestly, it has become one of my top 3 concealers, and this is their SurrealSkin Awakening Concealer. I'm gonna be taking the shade 380. Now, what I found interesting during the Makeup by Mario masterclass is that he brings the concealer all the way down and then just does a little bit on the side as well. Whereas a lot of the times, you know, when you watch tutorials, people always say, don't bring your concealer all the way down. Like, we avoid that shape of bringing it low. It's gonna drag your face down. But Makeup by Mario said, no, sweetheart, that is not what we do, okay? We can bring it all the way over here and it's still gonna look cute. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today. Now that we have that all blended out, I'm gonna set my under eyes, and I love to go in with this setting powder from Huda Beauty. It's the Easy Bake in the shade Peach Pie. When I tell you guys, it is the perfect shade, okay? And it makes so much sense to me because I use a peach tone to color correct. So this just lays underneath the eyes to give it that extra brightness, extra like color correcting, I feel like. And when I tell you guys, this shade is so beautiful underneath the eyes. I'm so obsessed with it. I also like to use it to set like my smile lines. I really don't put setting powder any other places, guys, because I like to have that dewy look for my dry skin. I feel like it looks better, it looks more skin-like. So a lot of the times I don't even set my smile lines because I kind of feel like as you're more expressive with your face throughout the day, I feel like the creasing in the smile lines is always a given. So that's why I normally don't even bother to set it, because I feel like I can just pack a little bit of a sponge and just blend that out. And the craziest thing is that when Makeup by Mario was asked during his masterclass, like, what does he do for smile lines creasing? And he said, smile lines are natural, honey. Like, it happens. There's nothing you can really do about that. Just like have a sponge and blend it out. And I was like, period, because it's just unrealistic to avoid smile lines. Like, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I like to take the sponge that I've already done my makeup with, put it in a little like Ziplocky, okay, and throw it in my makeup bag. And then if I ever need to do a little touch up with whatever product is left, I can blend out my smile lines, if that makes sense. So that's what I like to do. So I'm just gonna go ahead with my cute little Huda Beauty powder puff as well, and then just set. And now I'm just going in with some of my Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Coco Naughty. This is their Sun Stalk'r Instant Warmth Bronzer. One of my absolute favorite bronzers of all time, guys. This one and my Charlotte Tilbury. If you know, you know. When I'm not in a rush, I'll go in with a cream bronzer, then powder bronzer, and cream blush, and powder blush, and do the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean? But when I'm going to an event or going out with my friends, chances are I like to do as fast of a beat that looks like it's gonna slay as quick as possible, okay? I know once I stick on some lashes and a good lip combo, it's perfection. And I get so many compliments for this whole look every single time I wear it out. So sometimes skipping some steps is worth it. As long as it achieves the perfect finish at the end, that's all I care about, okay? So when it comes to blush, I like to always switch it up. It really depends on the tones of the outfit that I'm wearing that day, to be honest. So sometimes I might go in with an orange tone, a red tone, a berry, a pink, whatever matches the fit, and the hijab is what I'm gonna go for, you know what I mean? Armani Beauty. And this is their Luminous Silk Glow Blush in the number 60. And this is what it looks like. It's like a really beautiful berry tone. And when I tell you guys, this complements brown skin so well, like, oh my gosh. I honestly found myself not really liking pink blushes that much for a while. I would always reach for an orange or a peach. It just complements brown skin so beautifully, you know what I mean? From my skin to deeper, you can never go wrong with an orange, a red, a peach. Like, it just eats, you know what I mean? What I've been really loving lately as well is a good berry tone blush. Oh my god, I never expected to love it as much as I do, but I find myself reaching for this blush especially so many times, guys. It is so beautiful, and I actually get asked all the time, like, what blush are you wearing? And it's always this Armani one. She is tea, okay? And she's pigmented.com, so a little goes a long way, and I just like to tap that in. I know I was a little heavy-handed with the blush, but once I put on my highlight, it all ties in together on the cheeks. It just gives, okay? So I'm gonna actually go in with my setting spray before I put on my highlighter, because personally I feel like once I go in with my setting spray, it really melts your highlight into your skin, and it just gives like not that powdery finished look of a highlight, which I personally cannot stand. So that's why I like to go in with something to just like melt away the powder, if that makes sense, first. And of course, I'm taking my Urban Decay setting spray. This is my favorite setting spray. It's probably the only one that I've been using since it launched. Like, literally, this one is almost done, and I already have my backup on standby. That's how much I use this setting spray. This is their all-nighter vitamin C long-lasting setting spray. Guys, if you have dry skin, you need this setting spray in your life. Like, for example, if you're someone who likes to do a powder foundation instead of a liquid formula, or if you're someone who likes to set your whole face with a powder, all you need is this, and it's gonna melt all your products together to give you that skin-like finish. And I keep telling everybody, the steps to a flawless complexion is products that really work together cohesively. So of course, the proper skin prep, the perfect complexion products for your skin type, and then of course going in with a setting spray that's just gonna really lock everything in, but also give you that beautiful finish for your skin type. Going in with powders that don't cling onto your texture, but just give you that airbrush finish. All of that together is what really ties in to give you that perfected base. And so you gotta really invest your time in figuring out what products work for you, and then your makeup is gonna eat every single time. And I feel like I haven't talked about this setting spray on camera a lot, mainly because a lot of the times the setting sprays will leave stains on your hijab, especially like chiffon. That's just so obvious, and ain't nobody got time for that. I'm doing a tutorial, so I would like take off my hijab, then set my face, and then put my hijab back on. But since I'm going in with this material, I can get away with using my setting spray on camera, so I'm gonna show you guys the beautiful finish that it gives. And as you can see, I go in with a good amount, but it's worth it in the end, guys, because it's gonna give melted. But do I have the patience to wait for this to dry? Absolutely not. So I go in with my little mini fan, probably the best purchase I've ever made for my zero patience self, okay? And I just make sure I go ahead and just dry my face. And this saves me so much time, especially when I'm in a rush. The face is dry in 2.5 seconds, which we love, okay? And then before we let the base like really dry, I pop in with my highlight. And I'm gonna be taking this highlight from Fenty that I have been obsessed with. This is their Demi'Glow Light-Diffusing highlighter, and I love the shade Loose Change. It's just so beautiful on the skin. So I'm just gonna go ahead with some of that. I mean, get into the glow. She is giving. Now, I know a lot of people are not into highlight anymore because, you know, they feel like, oh, it's so 2016 makeup, but please, okay? I need my disrespectful glow, okay? There's some parts of 2016 makeup that just deserves to stay, guys. That was like the prime era of makeup. Please, let's bring back fun makeup again, okay? Let's not shy away from highlight. Like, for me, I'm not about that whole matte, complete base life. Like, I like to do that sometimes for creativity, like for content-wise. But when I'm going out, I need my highlight. Like, I just feel weird without my highlight. Like, I feel like it just completes the cheek, you know? So I'm forever gonna be a highlight girl. Like, look at how beautiful that is. Why wouldn't you want this in your life, you know? And then next, I just go back in with the same brush that I used for my blush, and with whatever remaining product is left on the brush, I just like to blend that into the highlight just to make everything look more seamless. now that the base is complete, I'm gonna dive into what I do on the eyes. And guys, when I tell you, this is my go-to. And every single time I do this, I get left with questions like, what eyeshadow are you wearing on the eyes? Like, what shimmer shade do you have on the eyes? Nope, it ain't no shimmer. It's a highlight, okay? I just go ahead and apply a highlight to my lid using my finger. When I tell you guys, because you have nothing on the lid at all, so with like the natural pigmentation of my eyelid, it just does something that makes it look kind of like that wet, glowy, shimmery look, if that makes sense. It's beautiful. And if you want to like make it more of a nighttime vibe, if you go in with like a dark brown or a black liner on the waterline, which is what I like to do when it's kind of like late, and some lashes, it just looks like you did so much on the eyes when you really didn't. And that's why it's my favorite. So I'm just going ahead with the same Fenty highlight, and then I'm just gonna tap it in. And how pretty is that? Guys, I am obsessed. So now I'm gonna go in with mascara, and I've been really liking this one from Charlotte Tilbury. It's their new Exagger-eyes volume mascara, but I'm going in with falsies either way. So it really doesn't matter like what mascara I use when I'm not wearing, you know, just mascara on its own. But I love this one because it does not flake, which is important because it's not cute to have flaky mascara throughout the day, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna go ahead with some of that. And for lashes, I'm gonna be taking my favorite in the style Wildflower from Velour. This is their plant fiber lashes. You guys already know when it comes to falsies, I'm very loyal, very locked in with Velour. I think I've been using them consistently for like the past 5 years. I haven't found lashes that really top their quality. So I'm gonna go ahead with these two. All right, and lashes are on, and I hope you guys can see what I'm talking about when it comes to the eyes. Like just a little bit of highlight and some good falsies, and it looks like you did a lot on your lids and you basically did nothing, okay? This is why it's my favorite slay. Like I love a quick, effortless slay that just gives, you know, what you needed to give. I'm gonna finish off this look with a good lip combo, and honestly, the same way as blush, I go in with whatever lip matches the outfit, matches the hijab, you already know. But I really wanted to share this Fenty lippy with you guys that I've been reaching for every single time I go out now because it has so many different shades, but this shade is actually one of my favorites, and this is the shade Riri. It's such a beautiful pink, and this is the Fenty High Shine Gloss Sticks. And when I tell you guys, this is probably one of my absolute favorite launches from Fenty because I love a good gloss combo, okay? That's what I reach for all the time. Like whether I go out with a matte lip, chances are throughout the day I'm gonna put a gloss on top. So when Fenty launched this, the fact that it's pigmented and it has that glossy shine, it has made my life so much easier because now all I have to carry in my purse for touch-ups is a lip liner and this, and that's all I gotta do. Whereas before, I probably carry like 3 different products, you know, lip liner, lipstick, and a gloss. So it kind of cut down my routine, if that makes sense, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead with this, and for lip liner, I'm gonna take my favorite lip liner. It's from Makeup Forever. You can also use this on the eyes. It's a multi-purpose pencil, but this is in the shade Limitless Brown, and it is their artist color pencil. So I'm gonna go ahead with that, and then our Riri lipstick. And yeah, this is the final lip, and I feel like it's just so pigmented. It just gives a perfect, nice, juicy, plump lip, which I love. Honestly, I prefer this type of formula or a cream formula all the time, honestly. But yeah, guys, this is the final look. This is my flawless base routine, updated base routine, Makeup by Mario stamp approved beat. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did filming it for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also, make sure you guys subscribe and join the family because I would love to have you here. And like always, I'll see you guys in my next video.